That's fucking really nice, man.
If I have a 15-foot, 20-foot berm,
Yeah.
and there's someone shooting on the other side of that berm, if I turn and shoot at that berm, I'm not going to hit them.
And
if I aim up and shoot above the berm, I'm not going to hit them.
No, it's not a grenade. It's a bullet.
Why the fuck can't I have intermediate targets?
So nothing I like more than like opening a fucking bag of chips
Oh.
late at night when you shouldn't be eating a bag of
and
chips.
just fucking shovel them in your mouth. You know what? I think I kind of want to start on that. I think I kind of want to open this up with this right here, which is hi, welcome everybody.
Oh, we recording?
Yeah, it's okay.
Fuck.
It's okay. I'll cut that part out.
No, I don't. I really don't care, man. I'm a man with emotions. I'm not embarrassed. I read this letter, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Tears.
I'm trying not to fucking choke. I'm like, well, I'm clearly fucking crying, but it is. It's not from. Am I being a bitch? Yeah.
No, you're not.
Fucking yeah, sure. Whatever.
You're being gay, not a bitch.
Am I being gay? Yeah. What I saw in this is a man who put his emotions into a fucking piece of paper and let us know how he feels about us and what we've done for him. And just when I stood outside this shop and I talked to Nolan about how frustrated I was about certain things happening in business, running a business is
frustrating.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's just hard.
Yeah.
Right? No matter how much money you make, I mean, the more you make, the harder it fucking gets. It is, I wonder why sometimes I do what we do. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can get in the middle of something and not have enough time to kind of like scale back and really, you're not working on anything, you're working in it.
Right.
And it's very hard to see what difference you're making.
Yeah.
When you're inside of it and the storm is inside of it. Right. It's kind of like a hurricane.
Yeah.
Right. If you're fucking in it, you don't see really the damage or anything going on. It's chaos.
Yeah.
But when you back up, you see, holy shit, like this is what's really going on. But on the flip side of that, I'm in the hurricane, but when I back out, right? I'm not in the real hurricane.
Should we say tornado?
Tornado. We'll say tornado.
We're not
I'm not
comparing this to the fucking hurricane.
It's an analogy, right? So if you're in the hurricane or tornado of business, you can back out sometimes and see that really beautiful things are happening right outside of that storm.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost like the bands of the hurricane are building things instead of destroying things. And this was a fucking example of that because I read this and the way that we've touched him appropriately,
and now the way that he's touched us,
and the way that he's touching me. But it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I will say that this is hands down is more important than any dollar we've ever made. Any financial impact that's ever had on me is the emotional and actual human impact that has on me bilaterally between us and the individuals. Dude, it's fucking cool, man. I wish I could articulate that better, but I don't want to read what he wrote to me on because I don't know if he wants me to do that either. But I'll say the premise of it is that he spent a lot of time handwriting a fucking letter to us. Two handwritten letters, and explaining to him and explaining to us what faith means to him and talking about faith a little bit and just spirituality. And he dove into some of the things that you and I talk about and get vulnerable about on the podcast and how that has affected him. And I don't know, dude. Yeah, and I couldn't have read that at a more perfect time.
Right.
Like
I know, right?
I can't tell you how many times I just want to fucking quit.
Yeah.
Because you read, especially like little things, like you read the comment. Like I got in the comment section.
I was just about to jump in.
I got in the comment section on YouTube for the first time in a couple of weeks yesterday, and I shouldn't have fucking done it.
Right.
And it was the comment section of it was the video that we did just about everybody wants to be non-compliant until it's time to do non-compliant shit, and just the amount of hate that came through on that. And And it's like, and I get it. Those are a lot of those people are probably, you know, not on the team, you know. They just want to hate on us, or they're not fucking real. But that stuff, dude, whether you want it to or not, I wish that stuff didn't affect me. The reality is I'm a fucking human with emotions. It does, as much as I try not to let it, and I try to practice stoicism. You know, I think things are, I really wish I could live in that mentality that things are neither good or bad. They just things. They just are.
We're humans. We're fallible. You know?
But yeah, it got to me, and then compiled with all the things that are happening just in general business and the stress of life and family, and fucking we all know what it is. I'm not the only one. Yeah. Getting something like that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
so
man.
Thank you.
Today I saw a little post by someone, and it was bad mouthing us, and like the same thing. I kind of saw that, and I just grit my teeth through it. I'm just like, dude, and getting a letter like this, you know, and him saying like, thank you for everything that we're doing, like, and what it means to him. And there are so many people out there that are just actively trying to tear down, degrade, destroy, burn down businesses, people, individuals. Sure, we've taken some shots at people, but it's never because we don't want them to succeed. It's all because we see a behavior and we're like, whoa, that behavior is bad. Don't do that behavior. Or we're just joking because we're jokesters. And there are so many individuals out there in, whether it's the firearm space, any space in general, that just want to tear fucking the world down. They just want to see everybody burn and everybody be miserable. And they just want the people that they don't like to fucking fail and have their houses crumble down and lose their like, it's wild. Like, I would not put it past some of the people that leave nasty comments to full on, at least on the internet, say, yeah, I wouldn't care if your entire world went up in flames. And it's like, dude, we're all people, man. Yeah. We're all people. And this shit.
I know there are people who want to see us fail.
Right. Absolutely.
And they want to see other people fail. I think it's important to talk about, just for a second, like our intentions. Mm-hmm. And I'll look at the camera when I say this, but it is my full intention, my only intention, and my goal for the rest of my life to help preserve the Second Amendment and to help people do that along the way, whether that's build businesses, make products, get products, be able to protect themselves, be able to defend themselves through real life training, which we're trying to do here pretty soon. Our goal is just to help. You know, I want everybody to know that.
Right.
Like, I think it's important that we relay that yes, it's a business, but there is a very deadly earnestness running through the arteries of our business.
Yeah.
That is to help people.
Well,
that is it.
I think a lot of people forget. I think a lot of people get really fucking jaded. Like we've talked to an individual who's very fucking jaded about it, and they're like, well, why are you making money off of it? Why don't you just offer it for free? I've seen comments like that. Mm. And it's like, because I have to eat.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not living in some lavish home. Month to month, I'm like, am I going to pay my electricity bill this month?
When you guys purchase Tacticon products, you are helping support the lives of
40 individuals.
42 now.
42.
Yeah, there's 42.
Oh, that's right.
42 Americans that are here at our facility that have children, that have homes. And it's really cool. Like, these guys are able to come to work and support their families and do the thing. So I appreciate everybody out there that does support us, because you're supporting them.
Whether it's buying products or just watching our videos.
Yep.
Yeah. Because like you said, there's a goal and there's a fucking message with it.
We actually acquired that machine shop across the street, which is now employing another 4 people inside of that machine shop.
46.
So there's 46.
Yeah, and it's not just the goal, like with Tacticon in general, of trying to preserve the Second Amendment for the future generations so we don't end up like Nazi fucking Germany, but it's like the ideology of self-reliance, self-accountability, of being able to be a good human being, of being able to stand up against, I hate to say oppressors because it feels overused or tyrants, but it's like to be able to stand up to somebody doing wrong and go, hey, you're not going to do that here.
Yeah.
And like that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build people, or at least spread an ideology that plants a seed that maybe someday in someone's life they hit a turning point and they go, I'm going to be better today.
Yeah. Yeah. Last week, if you guys haven't seen the podcast from last week, we interviewed this gentleman named Mike, and he went and helped a lot of people in the hurricane.
Took time off of his job
Yeah.
to just go and help.
And, you know, I will say this, that everybody he helped were probably people that weren't able to help themselves, and nothing against those people,
No.
but they could have been people that were also not prepared.
Right.
Which is fair, right?
is a lot
Because
of us.
it was a weird place for a hurricane to hit. Like a lot of these places aren't normally affected by
Yeah,
hurricanes.
why did a hurricane hit the Appalachian Mountains? That doesn't make sense.
See what
to
I'm
me.
saying?
Yeah.
So but what that means is that anything at any given time can happen to any of us. In California, it's primarily fires, right? Fires can hit anywhere. It could just be a foreign country coming in and, you know, red parachutes in the fucking sky. Who knows what the thing is? But things can happen, whether natural disaster or man-made disasters are happening all around us at any given time. I don't think anybody's really safe from that. And the point that I'm trying to make here is this. When Mike was going up and down that corridor and attempting to help individuals, those individuals were the individuals that probably couldn't help themselves. There were people who were prepared out there that probably didn't need as much assistance. Think about it like this. If you are one of those individuals, then you're not going to be taking resources away from other Americans that need it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, nothing against the people that needed the help. It's more of like, if you are self-sustaining and you start like really getting into this world of how, like, what do my comms look like? What does my food look like? Where am I going to stay? Where am I going to go? Do I have backup gas? Like all these things. It really is.
How many gallons of water a day do you need?
Yeah, water. I mean, the simple things. We talk about guns a lot.
Right.
Guns are, I mean, really, once you have your kit, once you have the ammunition, like you're kind of done.
Well,
once you have the training, like you're never really done training. Hopefully
Right.
not. But
No.
that's such a small component of what these people.
I mean,
like, have or
realistically,
need.
how many rounds of ammunition do you need to protect yourself and your family?
Yeah.
This isn't any ammunition for these people say you only need this much. You can have as much as you fucking want.
Yeah.
But realistically, let's say Red Dawn style scenario.
Yeah.
How many rounds can you carry on your person?
Right.
You're one human being.
And a typical combat load for any normal soldier is usually 210 rounds. It's seven mags on, you know.
I would say you're almost set
M4.
with 1,000 rounds
Yeah. I would think so.
with a G bar. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
But then you have people who have stockpiles, tens of thousands of rounds, which you should.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to. And you should probably do that. Why the fuck not? Right?
Yeah.
But it's like, but we look at it and like you're saying, we talk about guns a lot. And people go, oh, I need to stockpile more ammo and more guns. What about more MREs? What about spam? Do you have water filters? Do you have gas masks? Do you have air filters? Do you have
armor? I mean,
armor?
yeah, a lot of people will be like, I've got 17 guns and, you know, 30,000 rounds of ammunition, no body armor.
No body armor. Or they have body armor and
no,
they've never put it on before.
Or no food, or, you know what I mean, or no extra water.
Right.
And I think,
What about fuel to cook your food?
and I'm talking to myself because I could do a lot. I could do a lot more than that.
Yeah,
You know,
this is
I could do a lot
judgment.
more than I'm doing. I'm judging myself for not doing a lot more than I'm doing, and a lot of times that's why these podcasts that we do are cathartic
And self-reflective,
because they're cathartic and self-reflective because we know what the right thing to do is. And it was it goes along with a quote in a couple podcasts ago that I said, it's like the magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like
That's so good.
it just rings fucking true to even that. It's like we avoid the less sexy stuff like food and water.
I don't want to read the book on how to do comms. I
Comms
don't.
do not intrigue me.
Yeah.
They may intrigue other people out there.
It's not me.
Not intrigue me.
Not,
I'm like,
I'm a trigger jockey, dude.
But once you kind of get into that flow state of learning about something and becoming even like a armchair expert on
Mm-hmm.
it does get interesting. Things get more interesting as you do them.
Right.
You know, and learning the ins and outs of them.
just-
but the starting is
But
difficult.
especially when you feel like retarded with it.
yeah,
Like when you're
yeah.
like reading and you're like, what the fuck is ultra high frequency?
I don't know what any of this
I don't know
means.
what this means.
Yeah. So I think getting started is the most difficult part. It takes a lot to get a train moving on, you know, but once it's going,
It goes.
it goes, man.
And it's hard
you
to
know?
stop it.
Yeah, it's hard to stop it. And so it's like getting that interest level built up through knowledge because inherently we only want to do the shit that we're good at.
Yeah.
It's fun doing stuff that you're good at.
Hell yeah,
it
is.
sucks doing stuff you're not good at, you know?
Absolutely.
But if you can put it into your if you can get your mindset built around I enjoy doing stuff I'm not good at, like your whole life changes. Like it has for mine.
Embrace the suck.
Yeah, you just embrace that suck. It's like that. Like runners love running.
Right.
Ones that are good at running, ones that are built for running.
Yeah.
Those lean guys that can run marathons. But if you're 300 pounds and you're overweight,
You're
running
not
is
gonna like
not
running.
fun. You're not going to
No.
like it, right?
No,
It doesn't mean you have to
absolutely
do-
fucking not.
Yeah. Yeah, I love seeing people running that are overweight. I've talked about this multiple times. Like when I see dudes like that are just completely overweight and where other people are probably like, look at that fat fuck running down the street. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good for him.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That shit's gotta be hard. That cannot be easy.
It's hard.
Carrying all that
it's
weight.
Fucking, I'm sure they're hot. I'm sure they're uncomfortable.
And they're unconditioned.
They
Yeah.
feel shitty because they are, plump. They
Yeah.
are overweight. They're
running
heavy
out
and
in a
they're
public
and they're
place.
out in public. They feel like they're being judged. They're judging themselves, but they're out there and they're fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Those people out there doing the shit that are overweight and trying to get better are harder than most individuals in the 2A space. I'll say that right now.
Yeah. That's the damn truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you guys out there, you who have come from like obesity and you've come down to like a healthy weight and you've done the work, you fucking know.
I have like hats off to those guys, man.
Absolutely.
Anybody that's gonna change their life like that and like completely remove the unhealthy component of your life, dude. It is legitimately not fucking easy. I don't care what these like internet gurus saying. It's like all you got to do is just eat the salad and then just stop eating the. You know how easy it is to eat junk food?
It's so fucking easy.
Fuck, it's easy.
It's so good.
There's nothing I like
Yeah.
more than like opening a fucking bag of chips
Oh.
late at night when you shouldn't be eating a
Dude,
bag of
and
chips.
just fucking
Or just-
shovel them in your mouth.
You know how
ice cream?
How much ice cream I can fucking eat?
All of it.
Straight up,
I can
dude.
eat
Like
all the
we
ice
have
cream.
like all these like Twix ice cream bars and Snickers ice cream bars and Oreo ice cream sandwiches in my freezer.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I can eat.
All of it.
I have in one sitting eaten like 5 or 6 ice cream sandwiches, 5 or 6 Twix bars, and 5 or 6 Snickers.
Yeah,
ice
me and
cream
you have a
Snickers bars.
sweet
I
tooth,
will
dude.
eat them
Yeah.
all in one sitting. I have to not start. It's my personality that I'm like, if I just don't eat one, I won't eat 10, and so I just won't eat one. But it takes every ounce of fucking willpower I have not to touch that shit.
Right, because like you start thinking about it and you start tasting it a little bit in your mouth.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah. So, thank you to men like this. This guy was a Marine, and I think he put in.
His favorite flavors of crayon.
I knew it was a Marine before I even opened this package because he's got his favorite flavors of crayons in here. We've got cranberry, we've got blueberry, and I'm not sure what do you think this would be?
Black licorice, baby.
Black licorice. There it is. Yeah. He also put in some other stuff in here. He's talking about blacksmithing.
Yeah,
right?
he works in a forge.
He works in a forge, and he's forged some cool stuff for us.
Yeah,
You
dude.
have yours-
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
I've got
yours
mine out.
already out there? Right
He
now.
forged me a little flower petal. It's kind of like I'm blanking on the name of this, but it's like a little keychain, little doodad. He forged me a bottle opener, which is cool.
That's rad.
Yeah, and then I think we both got one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both got one of these. This
which is
cool,
a
man.
cross pendant, which is
Cross
really cool
pendant. Very cool.
because his faith is very important to him, and that's beautiful to share that.
Yeah. So, thank you very much. I know I got another one in here somewhere. Let's see. He might have made us both the same things as the bottle opener.
No, you don't get a bottle opener.
I don't get a
Nope.
bottle because I don't open bottles
Yeah,
anymore.
that's right.
Is that-
He wrote that in mine.
Oh, did
Yeah.
he? He said I didn't give him a bottle opener because you don't open bottles.
Yeah,
anymore.
he's like, I know. He's like, from listening to the podcast, he's like, I know Jake has struggled with substance abuse, so I just didn't make him one of those.
That's cool.
You got a cool leaf? Fuck yeah,
Because
that's
if you would have
sick.
given me a bottle opener, I'd be completely off the wagon right now. I can grab the bottle opener
Yeah.
and go crack a bottle. Yeah, no,
That's
it's a leaf.
fucking
This
sick.
is incredibly well done.
Yeah.
This is awesome, man. I really do appreciate the thoughts. Thank you.
The
very
the
much
sentiment,
from
the words.
bottom of my heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
awesome.
it fills us with the, I don't know, with the fuel to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully that was more hard. Do you remember when we took a picture? Somebody sent us something one time and we took a picture with it.
Yeah.
He sent us like a.
Oh, he
bottle.
got very mad.
He got got
very
very.
mad.
We took a picture and sent it back to him and said thank you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't enough apparently. Yeah.
I mean, his response about it was also.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
See,
Yeah.
his letter was nice. The guy that sent that, and I don't want to detract from it because what he did was incredibly kind. It was
yeah.
incredibly sweet. We sent him back a response
With a photo.
with a photo, and I'm pretty sure you wrote back to him.
Yeah.
but we didn't mention it in a podcast.
Yeah.
And he got very upset about that. And instead of reaching out and just being like, hey, did you guys get the stuff? Did you enjoy it? We would have responded. Instead, he decided to go scorched earth and say that he was going to then badmouth the company and us.
He knows a bunch of guys in the special operations community.
After
and he's
writing a letter and saying how grateful he was for the company.
It was
a little, he felt burnt.
Yeah, for sure. But with that was kind of the first segment of the podcast. I just wanted to thank this individual for doing what he did, and I wanted to thank all of you for supporting Tacticon.
We love you
supporting
guys.
The channel. We do.
Yeah.
We absolutely care about you guys. Love you guys, and it's really cool
I feel like it gets lost.
Be a part of all this.
Like we were talking about in the storm with all these people that think that we are nefarious. And that's just rough,
Yeah.
People who don't know you, who just think you're nefarious.
Yeah,
it's just like, okay,
yeah.
I guess that's that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
But on lighter topics, AR versus AK.
Okay, get ready to get fucked, dude.
AR versus AK. What is your if you were to if you were to choose one to use for the rest of your life, which one would you use?
So I will just take the side of AK just straight up because one, I have never fired an AK without a smile on my face.
Okay.
It's always made me smile.
Okay.
And plus I know you're an AR guy through and through, so I feel like it's better to argue from that point. So do you have any opening arguments for AR versus AK?
Yeah, I mean, opening arguments for me are going to be that's what I am that's what I'm more proficient on. I feel like AR is a superior platform in general.
Okay. Can you give me some reasons why?
Yes, absolutely. So my biggest thing is rounds on target, target acquisition, and being able to stay on target whilst pulling said trigger, right? So
that sounds like a skill issue, if you ask me.
Does it? Okay, all right. So I just I like recoil management. Felt recoil on the AR a little bit better.
That's fair.
I feel like my groups are better on an AR as opposed to an AK. I can put more rounds on target without getting off target on the optic. There are definitely more attachments and accoutrements that come with AR as opposed to AK. I find myself especially with even with the AK platform that I have here, it's like, well, how am I supposed to mount this, that, or this to it? I can't because it is just a very, it's kind of an archaic platform. But it's definitely, I will say that AKs have a history of being more reliable. So the reliability component
to a degree, right?
Yeah.
Like it'll run better in it's looser tolerances.
Right.
Because if you get mud in the bolt, it's going to die faster than if you dropped it in mud and it got stamped in mud, it's going to go down faster than an AR with the dust cover closed.
I would say my least favorite thing about an AK is the mag changes.
See, that's where I'm going to argue.
Okay.
That's going to be my first argue point, which is you won't lose your mag when you have an AK. You can load your mag full.
Yeah.
When you fucking clack it in there, it's not coming out. How many times have you put a mag in an AR and it drops?
Yeah. I see it happen all the time. Yeah.
Just saying, when you're getting shot at.
Yep.
Just saying. So you might hate the mag change, but you could learn to love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here's my argument.
I will say that an AK mag change feels better.
Oh yeah.
It feels way better. Like when you nail that mag change on an AK and you rock it in, it feels great.
It feels fucking wonderful.
I don't like the fact that you've got to. I don't like chambering around from the other side.
That's fair.
Yeah, the reach around.
I'm
not a fan of the reach around.
Yeah, it should have a charging handle on the left side. It should. Runs cleaner generally because it's not direct impingement. The recoil pattern, it's more of a flow. I feel like it's more. What's the word I'm looking for? It is more melodic.
Melodic.
It's more melodic.
Very
where
nice.
An AR is very it just kind of fucking.
Yep.
An AK is a little bit more of it's a roll.
Yeah.
It's a roll pattern.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that.
If your AK spring, if you lose your fucking recoil spring, you can keep your AK running with a bungee cord.
No shit.
Yes, you can.
Did not know that.
Yes, you can.
That's incredible.
You don't need a fucking recoil spring. You just slap a bungee cord to the fucking back of that bitch and just keep going.
Fair enough.
More parts can break on an AK than an AR, and I feel it will keep running, or at least be degraded.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You saw the other AK, like was it the trunnion on the other AK that snapped on my AK?
I think it was the. I'm
What
trying
was
to
that?
on the Zastava.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what went down on it.
Yeah.
Was it a cracked front trunnion?
Yeah. It completely like sheared. I don't even know how the fuck it happened, but it was not
that's
good.
bad.
I've really never had any catastrophic failures happen with any of the ARs that I've ever had, like absolute catastrophic failures. But again, like my experience is like one human, right? So I'm just take that with a grain of salt.
Right.
But the one AK that I've ran, right? Because I don't primarily just go out and buy a 10 AKs. That did have a catastrophic failure. So for me, that was just enough to say, all right, well,
I'm fucking done with this.
My data pool, my data sample of one.
It's easier to fucking charge when it gets locked up.
Very true.
Yep.
Very true.
I can kick that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. Yep. I will say that, I don't know, like, I guess it's just kind of deep ingrained in me that, like, the AK is just a terrorist rifle.
I'm a terrorist. So.
Yeah, technically we are classified by the FBI as domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
So
Domestic extremists, extreme terrorists, extreme violence.
Something to that.
Doesn't matter.
Something to that notion.
They're treasonous anyways. I don't give a fuck what they say.
Right. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's all I got for it. But leave what you think down in the comments.
I think I won.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just leave.
Who won that debate?
I'll just leave it at that. I think I won. So right now you're probably wondering to yourself, where's that other asshole? Well, he's currently at Red October on behest of GOA, Gun Owners of America.
Yeah, he's going out there for 4 days.
Yeah,
right?
so he's going to be out there for a little bit. Tackett is gone. He's helping run the GOA booth with those guys out
Probably
there.
why this podcast is so quiet right now.
Yeah, have you noticed? It's very calm. It's very calm. Very calm podcast. There's not somebody go. Love you, Tackett. But he's out there right now helping those guys out at that AK shoot. That's kind of why we talked about the AR AK little thing a little bit. But I think it's important to kind of talk about this. It kind of full circles back to like our mission. Like it's not just that he's out there with GOA. Like we also like we're like, hey, go out there, support them, be part of that. And I think it's part of the bigger goal of like keeping the Second Amendment alive is working with these guys and being part of it, giving our time, giving our energy, giving our money to help support what like GOA, NAGR, FPC, what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
Because like, again, I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you have, sorry for repeating myself, but on the other hand, I don't care. Dudley Brown, the head at NAGR there, he said a lot of people will say, yeah, I'm super pro Second Amendment. I do a lot to support the Second Amendment. And then I'll ask him, well, what do you do? And he goes, and they'll say, oh yeah, I've got a ton of guns or I've got a bunch of ammo.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not really supporting you're part of the Second Amendment, but you're not really supporting it.
Yeah.
Because like just buying a gun from XYZ company is not necessarily supporting it. I mean, it might be if you're buying from Palmetto because they donate a shit ton to a lot of organizations.
If you're a member in any capacity, like you could become a member with NAGR at like $10 a month.
Yeah.
So you join their kind of like
it's $120 a year in case you were wondering.
Yeah, I forget what they call it. They have a word for it, but there's two ways you can donate to them, and one of them is just like give whatever you want in one payment, or if
just
you become
a
a member,
donation.
just single donation. And so and then they have the $10 a month, any custom amount that you want to, $5 a month, it really doesn't matter. But you automatically become a member of that organization. And if everybody in the Second Amendment community was just given a few bucks a month, that, our power to fight for the Second Amendment would change drastically.
Cancel your Disney Plus subscription.
Yeah. If you cancel your Disney Plus subscription.
And subscribe to NAGR, GOA, organizations like that, not the NRA, because they are out there doing it. Like, it's cool to flex your gun rights and be like, yeah, I'm part of the Second Amendment. I support the Second Amendment. It's cool. It's cool as fuck.
Yep.
But you know what's cooler is the people that are taking these assholes to court. and going, you've broken constitutional law.
Yeah, and they did, and they're doing it, and they're getting it. What's crazy is they're actually getting stonewalled by organizations that are supposed to be firearm friendly organizations like the NSSF.
Yeah, you guys know that little group of organization that runs SHOT Show every year.
NSSF runs SHOT Show. NSSF was supposed to go out and testify for NAGR that magazines were in fact 30-round magazines were in fact common use, and right at the wire at the tail end of it, before NAGR was able to get anybody else to come and testify, they dropped out. They pulled out and said, no, we're not going to do it, which completely stonewalled the entire operation. They just had to let it go.
Yep.
They were hoping that whatever outcome came from that, which was probably an outcome not in their favor, they could have appealed it all the way up to the Supreme Court, and now they can't.
And there's a couple, or at least I know of one company. I'm sure there's others, but there's some companies in there that actively did not give information on magazines.
Yeah.
And that also did not help. There's companies and individuals in this space that are actively working against the space.
And he told us who they were. He asked us not to say anything, and so we're not going to say anything. But yeah, it's pretty appalling.
Yep. And it's deeply it's disparaging, the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's disparaging, man. To be like, wow, we're like I think I told you, I think it was the last SHOT Show. Where I was like, I came into this a bright-eyed doe, bright-eyed, glossy-eyed, and I'm just like, yeah, we're all in this together. And then you just get hella jaded because it's like a lot of people are just here for a dollar sign, or they're just here for X, Y, or Z, and it's like it's just a job to them. And it's like, you don't see the whole picture here of what we're doing.
Right. Absolutely. And with that, we didn't do the normal like plug at the beginning of the show, but I do want to talk a little bit seriously about the course that we're doing right now, the 2A Pro course. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because we have shifted our manufacturing, and I've talked to some of the guys about manufacturing for anybody that wants to. If you guys don't know, the 2A Pro course is a way to start your own business in the Second Amendment. It's a full course that I kind of guide you through. The link is down in the description if you guys want to take part in it. And what we do is not only show you how to build the business that we've built here at Tacticon, but how to do it with anything that you want to do, even if it's not an actual tactical equipment company, but it's just a company that is kind of a Second Amendment foundation. It's an e-commerce and manufacturing driven course that will show you how to do everything. And we can actually, before you start manufacturing yourself, you can leverage our manufacturing.
Right.
So you can get any of the parts made by us, any capabilities that we have here. We provide that to students only. We don't do that for anybody else outside. I don't take outside manufacturing, but we take manufacturing for the students only, and we're helping them source their suppliers. We're helping them get all those products come to fruition and help them build a business. So you can take part in that in the link below as well. And the NAGR donation link is going to be in the description.
I don't think people realize how many industries and many companies are just super anti Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Like for example, Shopify, like companies like this that can turn off your payment. Like you just helped Hoplite Industries, who they're a night vision manufacturer out of New Zealand. Right. Like they just got their income tanked. Right. Right. And
and they reached out and they were like, hey, who are you using as a payment processor? What platform is your site built on? And if that is you, you don't even have to be in the course. Like I will help you, and I will help you regardless. Like in the comments and DMs or whatever. Like if you don't want to be a part of the course and you just want help with your business because something catastrophic has happened, I will help you like navigate through that without being a part of the course. I genuinely want to help other companies. And they came in and we were able to set them up quickly with another payment processor and show them like, hey, you don't have to go with Shopify. This is the platform that we actually build the business on as far as the website goes. Everything's Second Amendment friendly. So I'm there for that guidance if anybody is interested.
Yeah. And it's just like we were talking the other night about like how hard it was to simply get a loan because of the nature of the industry that we're in.
My God. So if you guys don't know this, a cool update is we're getting 150 acres of property out in Plymouth, and it's meant for a training facility for us out there.
You mean 110, right?
Yeah, yeah. Right. So, and it's going to be a training facility out there for us to train, but also for us to make content on, and for us to do a lot of, just
A lot of stuff rangers don't like us to do.
Yeah, yeah, like putting targets halfway between the halfway point between the range, doing active dynamic shooting, doing vehicle drills, like all those things,
Listen,
combat patrols.
if I have a 15-foot, 20-foot berm,
Yeah.
and there's someone shooting on the other side of that berm, if I turn and shoot at that berm, I'm not going to hit them.
And
if I aim up and shoot above the berm, I'm not going to hit them.
No, it's not a grenade; it's a bullet.
Why the fuck can't I have intermediate targets?
So where I was going was I needed land moving equipment, right? So we're attempting to secure some earth moving stuff.
And it's not just your mother.
Yeah, to be able to move some land around, take down some trees, all that typical stuff that comes with land. So in order to get that, I needed to get a equipment finance agreement going on with somebody, and God, I went through 2 to 3 weeks of this just trying to find somebody that would finance us, because when they learned about who our company was, when they were like, "Oh, Tacticon is they're like, you're a Second Amendment company. We will not finance you just for equipment, for land," because they researched the company and they said, "Oh, you sell tactical equipment." Not even like Tacticon Armament. I have a different LLC for firearm manufacturing. That's 2 Alpha, right? This Tacticon does not make guns.
No,
does not make anything that's actually regulated.
There's no FFL attached to Tacticon.
No, there's no FFL attached to Tacticon, yet they still wouldn't give us the equipment loans based on the company that we were. And you find this with banks. There are banks out there that will shut you down if you're a Second Amendment company or not do business with you in the first place. It's nearly impossible to get loans. It's nearly impossible to do any sort of advertising. And why? Why? The Second Amendment it's baked into our Constitution.
It's baked into the Constitution.
Why?
That's the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, right. I know. We always
you get my point.
I don't understand it. I can't wrap my mind. I get it if it's, if it's cannabis. If you're in the cannabis industry or the porn industry, and cannabis is federally prohibited right now, probably shouldn't be, but it still is. And they don't want to do business because there's liability behind it. But why not even a tactical equipment company that doesn't even have an FFL behind it? It's because they just hate the industry. They don't want to take the time to look into the fact that they are not going to be held liable for getting us a piece of equipment that's going to go move some land that has to do with the tactical equipment and tactical training company.
Well, just the whole idea that they could be held liable is just such a crazy idea to me.
Right.
It's so wild. And just like that's so much of again, like you said, it's baked into our Constitution. It is the law of the land. Yeah. It's literally number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the law of the land. I would venture to say that, that's why we need more companies out there that are starting. I was talking to one of the 2A Pro Course students this morning about a new product that he put together. It's a pretty cool little product. It's a device that attaches to your firearm that will hold your suppressor on it. Like if you're going to put a PDW in a gun bag or something, it kind of holds your suppressor to your gun so that you can grab it and just quickly put it on.
Neat.
Or take it off if you don't want to use it, and you can still operate the firearm without it. Great, right?
Cool. Yeah.
Cool little design. He sent me prototypes. I thought it was awesome. I'm helping him make them right now. But I asked him about Kickstarter. I was like, "Have you tried Kickstarter or Indiegogo to?"
Will they not allow it because it's a firearm related product?
That's right. You can't even get like a Kickstarter going because it's a firearm related product. Most of the shit you can't even, like half the stuff that we sell, you can't sell on Amazon. Right. Because Amazon doesn't allow it. Shopify doesn't allow it. Walmart.com doesn't allow it. Target Plus, any of these marketplaces, they don't allow you to sell things that aren't even regulated by the ATF. And his product is definitely something that is not regulated by any government agency, and they still won't do it because it's a firearm related product. So the point that I'm getting at is in this industry, we need more insurance companies, more payment processors, more banks, more a Second Amendment friendly Kickstarter, right? That would be able to kickstart, allow people to, develop a new firearm and then fundraise that campaign for people to develop. I mean, if we had more of those kind of subsidiary companies that were popping up,
right,
That would be amazing, you know.
Absolutely.
And there are companies like that are doing things like that. I remember when we were at SHOT Show. There was do you remember Patriot Mobile?
Oh yeah,
The big
yeah.
push that they were doing with Patriot Mobile, which is I don't know what their premise was like. We don't store your information, and
Right.
you know, we're not going to like turn you off if you're, you know, using our mobile device to do Second Amendment. I don't really know what the premise
it
of
was kind of like is it a mobile provider?
But if we like, the thing is, like, you can build a company around the Second Amendment, even if it has nothing to do with firearms, and everything to do with firearms all at the same time.
Right. It's
And-
the ideology.
Yes, exactly. So it could be in the form of like creating it. Black Rifle Coffee did it with fucking coffee, right?
Yeah.
So guns and coffee became related at the point in time that they made it so. And if we had a ton of companies like that, was like your energy drinks, there's a Second Amendment energy drink that donates back into the Second Amendment.
Echelon, I think,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure they've.
because I've seen them out at Range Day a few
at
times.
Range Day, yeah. But more companies like that would be incredible, right? It really would be. Where, you know, I don't know, Second Amendment car company where it's just bulletproof cars. I don't know.
Yeah, but again, it falls back to the ideology of what you believe in, what you're pushing, and what you stand for.
Imagine a Second Amendment like search engine, a Second Amendment friendly search engine.
That when you try and find actual data on things, it won't suppress it because it's
Right.
It's like, oh, I don't like that.
You see companies trying to do it. Rumble,
Right.
which has not had a ton of traction, unfortunately, but Rumble's doing it as a YouTube alternative.
Their UI platform's kind of garbage. But
You know, thank God for Elon Musk, because now we've got Twitter, which is just kind of the primary place for gun tubers to go to put their content out that's not going to get suppressed.
we have Eli, Brandon, and Cody. They've created Pepperbox, which is sick. So it's like imagine like what is it? Patreon, but like it's a full platform for like uncensored media.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. And I think the more people that got involved occupationally inside the Second Amendment, the better off the 2A is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just think about it. If a company like YouTube, right? Like it's crazy how devastating like YouTube's rules and policies can be to creators.
Yeah.
Like I was just listening to one of the Unsub episodes where they were where Brandon was like, it's crazy because like you can get a video monetized through monetization, and 6 months later they can decide to update their monetization rules, demonetize the video, and now you're no longer making money from that video.
Yeah.
And it's like, but they already agreed that it was fine.
Right.
You know, they had the manual. Anyways.
And the more we don't have companies that are able to support company stuff, like the banks and the insurance and all that stuff, it cuts the industry off at the knees.
Right.
You know? I'm sure there's manufacturers out there that are like, oh, these are gun parts. We don't want to have anything to do with it.
Right. CNC shops.
Yeah,
That
just
won't do it.
Traditional machining CNC shops that won't do firearm parts or firearm related equipment. And that's why I'm like, if we can start encouraging people to build businesses anywhere around the 2A, even if it's not tactical products directly, the better off the Second Amendment's going to be, because all it takes is like all the payment processors, all the insurance companies, all the banks just to cut the Second Amendment off at the fucking knees.
Yep.
Right. And then there's no infrastructure to support it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
anyways.
It's a wild thought, which kind of comes full into the quote that I have,
What's your quote?
which is from Patrick Henry, and is quite simply, "Give me liberty, or give me death." And I think what's wild about this quote is I think people don't really remember what liberty means. And let me get that for you. Please hold. The condition of being free from confinement, servitude, or forced labor. The condition of being free from oppressive restriction or control by a government or other power. A right to engage in certain actions without control or interference by a government or other power. And now that's just from Dictionary of English Language, American Heritage, that Google brought up. And I'm sure it's probably even gnarlier from the Dictionary Britannica of probably like 1776.
Yeah.
And I think it's super important that when we look at the Constitution, when we look at quotes like this, when we examine history, when we see that it's written in the the Declaration of Independence, that we have certain unalienable rights, which is the rights to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? We have those as rights that can never be taken away from us.
Yeah,
and liberty is number 2.
Yeah, that is.
And it is the being free from restrictive and oppressive control.
Yes.
Being a free man.
And the third definition here, which is a right to engage in certain actions without control or interference by a government or other power.
Hi, I'm the Second Amendment industry.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Like 2 of the 3 definitions say being free from oppressive restriction or control by a government, and the other one is a right to engage in actions without control or interference by a government.
Right.
That means like liberty is like, hey, this means that the government is not allowed to interfere in your life so long as you're doing what you need to be doing that doesn't affect other people.
Right.
Like the
You're
government
not hurting
should
other
not
people.
be.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Well,
and you should be allowed to fucking do it. And if that word liberty indeed means that, then why don't we have it?
Big question, right?
Big fucking question.
And I can't remember if we brought this up prior in a different episode, but like when you read the Declaration of Independence and you read these old writings like Common Sense and shit like that, you understand that their entire premise for the federal government was to only ensure that you had liberty, and the states, which were supposed to be their own like unique governments, did not encroach on your rights.
Right.
And now all of a sudden it is states encroaching on your rights. Some are better than others. And now you have the federal government also encroaching on your rights on top of the states.
Right. It's like 2 levels of government that are interjecting themselves into your liberty.
I feel injected.
I feel I've been injected so hard.
I've been injected so hard by tyranny, and I don't like it.
That was a good quote.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, a classic quote. Nonetheless. Yeah. Mine is, and I don't even, this is Winston Churchill probably. None of my quotes have references because these are just quotes that like rattle around in my brain that I think about on a regular basis.
It's either Winston Churchill or Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, one of those 2. And it is deprivation breeds motivation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the reason why I find this compelling for anybody who is out there looking to, like, I'm into business, right? So I always kind of like leverage that into business. So, but it could mean anything, right? So when have you been motivated to do anything? Typically when you're deprived of the thing, right?
Generally.
Are you motivated to eat food after dinner?
No.
Right?
No, because I'm not hungry.
If you just drank a gallon of water, are you
Generally
motivated
don't
to
want
drink?
water.
When do you drink?
When I'm thirsty.
When you're fucking thirsty.
Yeah.
Right? And there's that quote where I will also present kind of an anti-quote. And it's a quote that I don't like that leads into this quote, which is deprivation breeds motivation, would technically, I hate the quote that goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Bullshit. I can make the horse drink. Think about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the horse's face 1 inch away from that fucking water. I'm going to deprive that horse of water. That horse will get thirsty, right?
Right.
If it's hot enough, if that horse is thirsty enough, and I have taken that horse out of its element of being able to get that resource of water to survive for long enough, and I can get that horse's face close enough to the water, you can make the horse drink. That horse will drink.
It is. Point.
Is it not a fair point?
That's a fair point.
You can make it drink.
Yeah.
You may not be able to make it drink right now, but if that horse is deprived of longer, and the point that I'm trying to get at is consistency and time. With enough time and consistency of doing something like depriving the horse of water, you will be able to make that horse drink. It will happen. So
sounds a little tyrannical, I'll be honest with you, but it is a fair point.
And I'm not talking about making somebody else do.
No, I understand.
Do a thing.
Right.
I'm talking about yourself.
Right.
You can, if you are deprived of something and you can identify that deprivation and you can understand its importance, then you will do the thing, right? I was deprived of spirituality long enough that I eventually sought it. Mm-hmm. Like I was able to find it. I told myself a long time ago, like, I'm fine. I don't need any level of spirituality. I'm in the church of, Jacob Dines of the Latter-day Saints. I will be fine, right? But when life got to the point where I felt like I could not manage I couldn't manage it anymore on my own. I couldn't live in my own head, and there wasn't. I couldn't live in my own head and talk to myself, and knowing that, like, if I'm the problem, which I was for a very long time, and I still am typically. Usually, I'll put it to you like this: I've never had a problem I wasn't involved in. Period. There's never been. I've always been involved in some problem that I've had. If there was a problem that, if I'm at a red light, am I the problem? Yeah, because I'm there. I'm in my car. I'm at the red light. It doesn't, you name it. There's always been a problem that I've been involved in. If I have a problem because there is a raging wildfire next to my house and, oh my God, I have a problem. I don't have any food, water, supplies, things to keep my family safe. The problem is because of me. I didn't acquire that stuff to be able to protect my family. Once I started identifying that and understanding that I couldn't fix the problem that was created by me because it was created by me, then I started seeking some more of a spiritual approach to things where maybe this is bigger than me. Maybe this world is a little bit bigger than me. And I started to seek a little bit of peace deep down inside of me. Right. So I was deprived of that for long enough to where, like, I needed to seek it. The only reason I started this business is because the real emotional component behind starting this business was I was miserable doing what I was doing before. I was just unhappy, and it had nothing to do with the money that I was making. Had zero to do with it, actually. I was making a great living before I started this business. And I chose to start this business because I could not handle the emotional component of working. I was just fucking unemployable. I wasn't happy at my job. Could I have moved jobs and found a place that was happier? Sure. Could I have guaranteed that I would be happier just being able to run the show myself? Yeah, like I kind of dug into that. I was like, if I can just be as creative as I want to be, will I be happier? The answer was yes, and so I fucking did it. But deprivation for me has always breeded motivation. It's difficult to be motivated to do something if you're not deprived from it initially. And you can almost manufacture that deprivation with wherever you're at, right? So if you're deprived, it kind of goes like this. If you're deprived of love, like, what do you think your next action should be? Go beg for love or to go love, right?
That's a good point. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So if I'm deprived of love, if I need that in my life, what am I going to do? I'm going to start loving my children more. I'm going to start loving my wife more because I know that that's going to get reciprocated back to me because, in fact, just the act of loving somebody and doing things for other people, in fact, fills that fucking hole for me.
Fills the cup.
It fills the cup. It fills the bucket. It gives me exactly what I need. It usually comes back in return. But doing things without that expectation is amazing. It's an incredible feeling.
Because even if it doesn't come back, you still feel good about what you did.
You feel good. There's nothing. I've never fucking helped somebody and wondered and felt bad. It's never happened.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
I've never given, unless there was an expectation, right? Because the expectations are in effect.
I'll help you move. You help me move.
If you help me move. Yeah. Expectations are premeditated resentments. That's all they are. They're just like, I'm gonna tit for tat. I'm gonna give you this. You're gonna give me that back. But if I give the $5 to the homeless guy in the corner without any expectation of how that man is going to spend it or woman is going to spend it, it feels good. It is what there is the thing that comes. We think like, oh, we give the homeless guy $5, we get nothing back. You do. You get goodwill. Like, you get the feeling of goodwill of helping somebody else. That is inherently why we do anything. So selfishly, you'd be amazed at what happens if you just like, how can I help one person a day? How can I change one person's life today? Even if it's like going by Starbucks and like bringing a Starbucks to somebody that you work with, right? Just bringing a cup of coffee, going and getting a cup of coffee for your wife in the morning. Yeah, I might do things sometimes, like gritting my teeth, not liking it while I'm doing it, but the feeling afterwards is always...
It always feels good.
It always feels good.
I've got something for you here. When you were talking about blame, I sent this to Tackett the other night. It's a Chinese proverb, apparently, and it says, "He who blames others has a long way to go on his journey. He who blames himself is halfway there. He who blames no one has arrived."
Right.
right? I mean,
Right.
that just falls into the stoicism aspect of like,
Yeah.
it happens.
That's incredibly true. Yeah, it really is. So if you're deprived of something, go do that thing. If
Right,
you're
go
deprived
do
of
it.
loved, start loving people.
Go love
right?
people.
That's it. It will come back to you. It's the way the fucking universe works.
Right.
Ultimately.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how long has that been around?
Very true.
Right.
The more you give to your employees in your business, the more they're going to give back to you. It's just a natural circle of fucking life.
It's a circle of life.
Yeah. So if I ever feel like I'm not getting and then I go to take, it's never boded well for me.
Right.
I cannot feel like I'm not getting enough and then try to take it and have it work out in my favor. I've yet to have an example of that. But I have felt like I've not been getting enough and then I went and gave and that shit came back to me like tenfold.
Right.
It always does.
Right.
Yeah.
It-
And so that was kind of, it goes along circling all the way back to deprivation breeds motivation.
Yeah.
If you are lacking the thing, you can go get the water, right?
Right.
You can go get the thing. And oftentimes, depending on what it is, of course, it involves you giving it first.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
It's interesting because like in my opinion, there is a limitless load of whatever it is that you're looking for, so long as you promise not to ever stop giving it away.
Right.
You can continue to fucking mine that shit forever.
Right. It's the bottomless well.
It's the bottomless well. It truly is. It's hard though, because who's going to think, I don't have money right now, I'm going to go do something for somebody else, and you know what I mean? But that's the premise of business.
Right.
If you don't have money in your business and your business is struggling, try serving your customers. Try being of service to them. Try giving them things. Try
them
giving
some.
them back.
Right.
Not just giving away shit for free, but try genuinely helping them. And good things come to play, man.
Right. Well,
You know?
I mean, just even in life, right? Like the idea of like, I don't have money and I can't, buy my friend's dinner. Maybe you can help them out in other ways. Maybe you can just be there for them. Maybe you can, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Giving doesn't always mean monetarily. It can mean, emotionally. It means spiritually. It can mean a lot of different things.
You know how many times here at the office that I'll go to lunch and then I'll be like, who's around me? I'll buy them lunch too, right? So that usually happens. I'll be like, I'll go to get something for myself and then I'll pick something up for other people. Well, there has also been times where I am so fucking busy
You forget to eat.
that I forget to eat, or I haven't eaten. I wish I could eat, but I don't have time to eat. And then other people are going to lunch. But those are the same people that I bought lunch for. And guess what they do? They stop by my office.
Hey, bud.
They're like, hey, I'm going over to X, Y, or Z fucking place. I'm going to pick up some food. Would you like some?
Right.
Fuck, dude. Thank you.
Right.
I actually needed that right now. And it's those little things that compound. And when they compound enough, it breeds a full life full of happiness. Right.
Absolutely.
That's the way I look at it. I know we're getting all sentimental.
No.
But
No, this wasn't sentimental at all.
Yeah.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
You're crying. Yeah. Not false, but that's all I got for that.
Same.
I figured I would share that.
Same as well. I think we end on that note.
I think we do.
And we appreciate you.
I do. I appreciate you. Thank you for all of you out here who have stuck around for that long to listen to all of this. And I know it was a calmer episode, a little more tame episode, a little more emotional. Yeah, I liked it. So
Yeah. Love you guys. And with that,
we bid thee.
a quiff.
A quiff.